Gentlemen, it is St. Louis Derby night here just in the St. Louis area on the Illinois side in Collinsville, Illinois, and we're about an hour away from post time from the St. Louis Derby. This has been an important race in its short return. This is the third consecutive year since its return. Prior to that, it had been a number of years since Lawyer Ron passed through these parts and was able to win the St. Louis Derby. Rattle and Roll won this race last year, and he is considered amongst the best in the Breeders' Cup Classic division, so you never know what you're going to see here at the Fanduel Sportsbook and Racing. And we're taking a look at that field. There is a scratch of Hayes Strike, but Kenny McPeak, who won this race last year with Rattle and Roll, plays a strong hand with Dennington, very seasoned son of gun runner, who's just a two-time winner, but he comes out of races like the Stone Street Lexington, the Matt Winn, the Grade 3 at Ellis, the Iowa Derby, recently ran in the Ellis Park Derby. Slip Mahoney just to his outside, looking to continue the role that he's on off of that impressive win at Saratoga and that disappointing run in the Long Branch. There's some questions surrounding him. And then the rapidly improving Carcano, the number 3 horse for BBN Racing, put together a very good effort last time out, and he's gotten better each and every step of the way. So it is an ultra-competitive race and an opportunity to wager in the FanDuel Sportsbook, as we're just a stone's throw from the FanDuel Sportsbook here in Collinsville, Illinois, also FanDuel Racing.
Scott, thank you. I know that's an event that you look forward to. We loved your coverage last year. We'll be counting down to the St. Louis Derby at Fanduel Racetrack in Sport.
Pleased to be joined by BBN Racing's Braxton Lynch. Carcano, the number 3 horse, getting set for the St. Louis Derby. What has led to the progression and the elevation that we've seen in his form in that most recent race at Ellis?
Yeah, so look, we thought he was a really nice 2-year-old. You know, started out in some shorter distances. He got beaten by some very nice horses. And we always wanted to stretch him out. He had a little setback over the winter, and then when we came back, there was, I think, like a 7-furlong race that we put him in just to kind of get him there, and then we finally got to stretch him out, and he did what we always thought he could do. So,
what do you expect coming in against this step up in competition in the St. Louis Derby?
Well, I hope he steps up. You know, I mean, I think he's a nice horse. We've always thought he was, and I think he can step up. We just hope that everybody else doesn't take a step up, too. Same
sort of trip, just track off the pace, and then that push-button move we saw at Ellis?
I think so. I hope so. I hope the push button's there.
Good luck, Braxton.
Thanks.
He's going to be riding the number 4 horse, Dennington, one of the favorites for this evening's St. Louis Derby here at the FanDuel Sportsbook and Racing. You've ridden him a couple of times. What have you learned from the times that you've been on him in the racing?
You know, just to let him run his race. You know, he falls out of there, and he tendency to fall back a little bit, so hopefully we get a little pace in front of us. But I just ride him. You know, he's not a hard horse to ride, so I just kind of ride him, and hopefully the pace scenario goes in our favor, and we get a good trip.
You've come here for the St. Louis Derby to ride here at FanDuel Sportsbook and Racing. Are there any nuances to this race course, this dirt track?
I don't think so. You know, I've been watching it tonight, and I hadn't seen much bias or anything like that. You know, they had some rain out here, but to me the track looks good, and he's won in the slot before, so hopefully we takes to the track and get it done.
Safe journey. Good luck, Corey.
Thank you.
And they're off in the St. Louis Derby. The 7 should have bought the bar is scratched. On the lead early is Billy Jack to show the attentive speed from Tabawatch glued to the inside fence. Dennington is up closer than usual in this diminutive field of 5. On the outside of that one comes your favorite Slip Mahoney, widest of all. And the trailer around the first turn is Carcano and Martin Garcia, but only 3.5 would cover the lot as they move towards the 6-furlong pole in the 2023 St. Louis Derby. It's Billy Jack and Christian Torres by 3/4 of a length from Slip Mahoney in second. Third on the outside is Dennington, passed on the inner by Tabawatch. And now on the outside, Carcano makes a move. Only 3 lengths again separates this group, a dawdling 1/4 mile and 25 flat in the 1/2 mile in 49 1/5 of a second. It's Billy Jack and Christian Torres. On that one's outside, Slip Mahoney and Gerardo Corrales, who's up into second. It's Tabawatch settling down in third along the rail run. Dennington is pressing that one to the fence and is challenged on the outside by Slip Mahoney. who's rolling on now. Slip Mahoney has taken over the lead from Billy Jack, who retreats. Dennington is in deep water. Carcano is gaining, and out of the breach comes Tabawatch. They head down the lane in the St. Louis Derby, and it's Slip Mahoney's race. Tabawatch is giving him a hassle on the outside. Dennington. It's all Slip Mahoney by a length and a half. Tabawatch, Manny Esquivel to challenge Slip Mahoney. Slip Mahoney, Tabawatch, these two to the wire in a head-bobbing finish. Tabawatch wins the 2020.
Takes the latest renewal of the St. Louis Derby here at the Fanduel Sportsbook and Racing. Manny Esquivel aboard for the winning ride and riding for Jeff Drown and Brad Cox. He came into this race off of a win streak. Was he a pretty easy horse, especially to ride with the slow pace today?
You know, he was booking a little with the lights down there in the rail, you know, and the shadows and everything. So I had to get him out there. But I've been working him, so I kind of know him, you know, and they help a lot. You know, I want to thank Brad, of course, and his assistant, Ricky. You know, they gave me the opportunity to come over here. And they asked me if I wanted to come. I said, of course. For Brad, who don't want to come, you know? So I'm very thankful for them, for the opportunity, and we win.
Was it easy to get him to surge late as he needed to get the win?
It's a horse that you got to, you know, keep going with him, you know, because it's not like he gets that big kick, but he just keeps grinding it.
Manny, congratulations.
Thank you.
Manny Esquivel, Tabawatch, Jeff Drown, Brad Cox taking the latest St. Louis Derby.